Okay, here I am. All righty. Well, it's Thursday night, Johnny Small Train Talk Show. And gotta let everybody know this is the last one I'm doing until sometime next September. So I'm taking a vacation. GRE 2057. Hit that like button. It's free. He's right. And there's Ralph. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, John?
Not bad, I guess.
Good.
Sliding in here in the rush again. So,
Look, Ari's here too. All
Howdy,
right.
howdy.
yeah, well, he has to be.
There you go.
Hey, JC Rip Track. Boy, I hadn't seen you in a while. I heard tell you've been getting a little busy there. Hillbilly. How you doing, Scott? Randall?
JC has an announcement to make tonight.
Oh, he does.
Yep.
Well, he needs to get on camera here, and we'll put him up here, and he can make his announcement.
Okay. Let me send him the link.
Yeah. Well, it's in the post. Dwight just popped in.
Where'd it go?
Yeah. All right, Jason, how you doing? Well, Ralph's working on getting JC in here, so we'll just make this a show of announcements. So
Why not?
figure out. All right, or you can kill that.
My computer's been acting up these last couple of days.
Yeah, mine.
Every time I go to type something in, it freezes for a few seconds.
Huh. Yeah, mine's acting up, but it needs to be rebuilt. I got all the stuff last year, just hadn't had time to do it.
Well, I'm still on my laptop.
There's Mr. William A. How you doing tonight?
I was thinking about getting one of those all-in-ones. I went to Best Buy yesterday and was peeking around, and I don't know what the processing power of those are, but
Yeah, well, if you don't know, don't buy it. No, seriously. I've never been a fanboy of a all-in-one machine. Because the problem is, you can't update them. If you want to add new hardware or something like that, it won't take it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like computers first started out, and Radio Shack had their TRS 80. Well, we had Radio Shack stores back then, computer stores. And I've been going to the store and looking at it, drooling all over it. I finally decided, I asked questions about it. I said, can I put other hardware in there? They went, yeah. Can I put third-party hardware in? Oh, yeah. No problem. I bought the thing. Yeah. No, it was proprietary machine. I had to buy their hard drives, their memory, everything. I said right then, I'll never do this again. I never have. Robert said he dropped $1,200 on a whiz bang computer. Thanks Uncle Sam and COVID.
Yeah, we bought a bed and a dishwasher. I should have bought a computer.
Yeah. I build mine. I mean, you don't have to really know a whole lot about it to build it. So
Jason's here, but it doesn't say he's a camera
Yeah, just wait till the camera comes up.
All right.
There you go.
There he is.
Yeah. You always wait till the cameras come on before you bring them in. GRE says, seriously, don't buy one, Ari, because the processing power is crappy. As low as 1 gigahertz. Not good at all. There's JC.
Is JC here?
Yep, he's here.
All right. I'll trust it.
Yep. Oh yeah, anybody with JC is trustable.
I'm not so sure about that, but anyway, I'm here.
Well, that's what Ron's Trains and Things says, but hey.
Yeah, but I don't know about Ron's Trains things. He's kind of sketchy, isn't he?
Yeah, sketchy. That's being nice. Figure if we talk about him, he'll pop in.
Maybe.
Yeah, Brad's Trains. How you doing? Another Canadian. Well, we got 3 of them in here now.
Uh-oh.
Well, 2 live and 1 in chat. Why you naked? How you doing? Been a while. Jeff popped in.
Did you guys see that Broadway Limited's making SW 900s with sound and N scale?
No. In N scale. Of course, you would be saying that. Of course,
yes.
Because you're the N scale guy. And so is JC. JC's N scale
very good. Yeah. So that's I was peeking around because one Thursday night we were talking about steam engines on here, about the New York Central famed steam trains, and I figured maybe I'll see if anyone's making them. And I haven't seen a Grand Trunk, which is the railroad that I model, steam engine done in a very long time, probably 20 years. And that night I found out they made them again. So, and then that led me to see that they're also making the SWs, which the only person that were making those for a long time was Lifelike and then Walthers, and neither one of them were very good. So I'm excited to see how Broadway Limited does.
Well, I'd be interested to see how they do as well.
All right. Well,
I've been thinking about making my own for it forever.
I can just see it now. Ari's going to become an NMRA member. He's going to go for the achievement program, and he's going to build his own locomotive.
So, JC, they say you got an announcement.
Well, I do. Although, it actually does. It directly involves Ralph as well. So I thought may as well have both of us on here. That
y'all going Joe in 30, huh?
Yeah. Well, this morning I released a video announcing the Down and Dirty Weathering Contest number 3. Which originally got its start on Ron's Trains and Things for the first and second one. The first one, I was the grand prize winner. The second one, I was one of the judges, and but it also, that contest actually got my channel started. That was the impetus behind it, and so I had approached Ron Marsh about the possibly hosting the next one, and he agreed. And Ralph is on board as one of the judges, as is John Peters, who's another weathering expert. So officially today's the launch, and over on my YouTube channel is the announcement video.
I placed it on our Model Railroading Live channel as well.
Yeah. Okay. And just as long as the link is there, as long as you get to the video, you can see all the rules. But the 2 previous contests were basically, it was a freight car weathering contest. This time around, we're actually doing 3 categories. So we are doing a rolling stock or freight car, whatever, and locomotive is another category, and structure is another category. And Midwest Model Railroad has come back on board as the main prize sponsor for. There's a total of 5 categories. The basically best of in each category. So rolling stock, locomotive, and structure. There's also a People's Choice Award that people will get to vote on at the Midwest Model Railroad site, and there will also be the best in show. And so one of the top entries from the 3 categories will get best of show, and each prize is worth $75 US, which means that the top winner will get $150 US in gift cards to Midwest Model Railroad. But in addition to that, there's some swag to go with it. Midwest Model Railroad is also providing a bag and a t-shirt for winners. Ron Marsh is putting in a t-shirt. If I get my act together, I'll probably put in a t-shirt from as well.
Now you're making me look bad. I don't have t-shirts.
Well, the thing is, I have to get them made.
Okay.
So no, I don't have t-shirts right now, Ralph, but I'd have to get them made. And Eric Hall of I Am RRO, who was on board with Ron originally, is also back on board as one of the judges, and he's also throwing some parts from his Wild Hair LLC company that does little scenery bits and pieces, and in both HO scale and those are part of it. He just generally said it's a grab bag. So, and he just told me about that today. So that's one of the reasons in the video I said, other prizes will come up as they come up, and so we have what the main prizes are, but it looks like we're getting some more in. So that's kind of neat. And so basically at this point, if you got something that you want to weather, you can check out the rules, and basically you have the summer to do it. The submission deadline is, and the way that I arranged this was to make sure that everybody had the maximum amount of time, that on Labor Day Monday, so September 6th, at midnight Hawaii time, to give everybody the most amount of time. That is the actual cutoff for submissions. So I live on the west coast of Canada, so I'm already, and even there I'm 3 hours ahead of Hawaii. So it's 3 in the morning on the 7th my time. So if you want to pull an all-nighter on the 6th, by then you should be done. But
hopefully.
but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's the big announcement, that it's my privilege to be the next host of the Down and Dirty Weathering Contest, but it's continuing on in the tradition that Ron Marsh had established. So thrilled to be a part of it, and I'm very thrilled to have, relative to me, Ralph is over here. So that's why I keep pointing this way. It's like Ralph's over here to me. But
over there.
I know on the screen he's actually over here someplace. So anyway, something like that. Wherever he is. So
yeah, he does.
I'm thrilled to be offering it, and Ralph and I are also going to have some conversations in live streams and things like that. Sort of in the meantime, we've got some ideas we're kicking around. And just to encourage people to just start weathering, whether or not they enter into the contest or not.
Get off your butt and get out there and do something.
Yep. Good summer project. Because if you have them, basements are nice and cool. Do it during a nice in a humid summer.
This is also good for the people that are armchair modelers that have rolling stock sitting around but no railroad. It's a good project.
Oh yeah,
very good project.
You don't want to see pictures of my layout. My layout isn't much bigger than a loop on pink foam right now. I finally built it around the wall, So I've got the bench work to extend it. But yeah, I mean, in very much this is very much something you can do on your bench. Because most of the trains that I've been running have been on my club layout when I was living in Calgary, and and now that I don't have a club to go to regularly, it's like, okay, maybe I should start building my own. More.
Just talking about Calgary, now that you live in a rainforest,
yes,
Calgary had snow and -0 temperatures today.
Yes, they did.
Unbelievable.
Well, I was in Calgary in quarantine for about a month. Long story. Just got back. I just got back on Saturday, which is why this announcement was actually delayed. And in the time that I was there, it snowed more times than it did out here on Vancouver Island. Like in that April to May, it snowed more times there in Calgary than it did all winter here on Vancouver Island. So when you have a climate that's not that different from Seattle, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. The nice part about it.
I'm seeing in chat that people are looking at joining. We'd love to have you. My email has lit up a little bit in terms of so far I've got nine people who just immediately have thrown their hat in the ring, or at least have asked for the copy of the rules. And that's really how you indicate your interest. The rules are in the video, but if you actually want the full rules, that's sort of you send me an email, and my contact email is you can go watch the video that gives a summary of the rules, or it's jcsriptrack@gmail.com. So anyway, there's my little spiel.
Oh, now that you're done, here he comes.
There he comes, the man himself.
Mm-hmm. Ron.
He must have.
He must have heard you.
Yeah, must have.
Pirates of the Mall Trains. How you doing? And Ron, how you doing too? We've already been talking about you.
Ron Trains. Ron, were your ears burning? Because we were talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but good, of course. But
all good stuff. I mean, Ron, you're the one who got the Down and Dirty weathering contest.
Well, I wouldn't say it that way. I would say he's the shit disturber. But
all right. Well, just make sure everybody heard it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the last show for me until next September. Going to take off. First time in 6 years. I figure I'm doing a vacation.
And we have an executive producer beside you.
Yep. Well deserved and well earned.
Executive producer in training.
Producer in training, that's right.
Yeah, actually, we got two.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got Miles, too. He'll be running Bill's show next week.
Okay.
And Ari will be over on the side in case Miles needs help. Because I'll be on a freighter by that time.
Ari, Pirates is sending you a message. He's saying,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go check out my video. Well, now he's got my curiosity.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah, Ron, see, we figured you didn't want to do it anymore. You were fed up. Ron says that the Down and Dirty weathering contest was a lot of fun to do the first 2 times. Now I'm very glad to have John take over. but he just doesn't fill in all the blanks. Now that he's doing more than just his Ron's Trains and Things video, he's doing more now.
Mm-hmm. Well deserved.
Mhm.
I thought you guys only worked on Sundays.
Now, here's the question, Ron. How many times have you heard that joke? And no, I mean the running joke. The running joke in seminary was, "Oh, you only work one day a week and you have only one textbook." You know, I don't know of any clergy, anyone in the clergy, who doesn't have a library that doesn't inflate moving costs by astronomical amounts. And the thing is, like, I'm in a household. My wife is also a minister, and so take that and double it.
Yeah, but it's because you guys get into a hobby because you're working only one day. You got fill in 4 or 5 days, 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I just saw Ron's response.
All right. Anybody heard about any train shows might be opening up?
Jason, you're usually full of that stuff.
Let's see what I have. I think the last one I saw was, I think, in Indianapolis or Indiana area. I think it was. And maybe up by Chicago. I forget.
Well, now that things are opening up down there.
Yeah, we're starting to open up here. Not very fast, but we're opening. I know there was one or 2 weeks ago over in Missouri that had a show.
Colorado last weekend.
Colorado last weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was last weekend too for Missouri one over by St. Louis area.
Yeah, John said that they've had 2 in Indiana last month.
Yeah, I said something about one of them, I think, or something like that. Tim was thinking about it.
I'd be willing to drive to Indy to go to a train show.
Hey, Flying Crow just popped in. How you doing? And John also said local clubs having one in October. Mystic Southern Railroad. Houston's got one in August, he said.
Let's see here.
Now we got all these 3D printers and high-tech regular printer, color printers and all.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting when they start going, well, you got to have a vaccination card. There's going to be a lot of fake cards flying around.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah, I've already got mine.
What, your fake one?
The fake one?
I'm not getting no shot. I never wore a mask either. The only time I wore a mask was when I had to go in the courthouse to probate court, get paperwork done last year.
Yep.
As soon as I got to that front door, though, it came off.
That's funny.
Let's see here.
I walk into places and everybody starts going, you got a mask on, you got a mask on. Yeah, we'll see you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not bad to the bone.
Okay. I got Madison, Tennessee, July 16th and 17th of this month, or this year. And then, what's this one? These are all later ones, I see. There was one last week in Will County in Illinois, I'm assuming. Shit. Okay, I think I'm back now.
You never left.
Oh, I never left?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I just had my internet just went down on me. All right. I got the Great Midwest Train Show. I got the dates for, let's see here, August 8th, September 12th, October 10th, and got December 14th and December 12th. Or actually November 14th and then December 12th at DuPage County Fairgrounds in Wheaton, Illinois. I just saw that one. There was one in Will County last week. I'm trying to assume what it was, probably in Illinois. Yeah, Illinois. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, I did get something new in.
Don't worry, Ari, I'm still here.
All right.
He's still in training. So I do something, and Ari freaks out like, "Oh, God,
I was like,
what happened?" I lose his camera.
Technical trouble. That's why I started reading stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, Jason?
And I just picked up something last week. I just fired her up.
What'd you get?
I got the P42. And not so long ago.
I got the new Atlas GP40s in Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton. So very similar paint scheme as Illinois Central Golf. They're in orange and black, and I'm pretty sure I got one with sound and one without, but they're sitting at the hobby shop until I can get up there.
Yeah. Well, mine wasn't an Illinois Central. It was a Amtrak engine. I got two P42s. So it was kind of nice to have that. Something fairly new.
Yeah, Randall's. Ellis said there's going to be a train show at Springfield, Missouri in August. That the West Plains Mall Railroad Club's going to be taking their HO layout up to it.
Yeah. That would be about the right time.
Well, so he heard anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to show up to the RPM meet in Collinsville. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Depends on my schedule at work.
Our train shows in Michigan like pretty much start in October and go to like January, and then we're all done.
Yeah, but you're not going to see too much during the summertime, I don't think.
No. I'm hearing there's going to be one in St. Louis in October.
That's the RPM meet.
No, not art or the RPM. It's something else. It's going to be actually in actual St. Louis. They call it the Gateway Show or something like that.
So how big is those shows? Are those things like 1,200 people? Like what's the?
Well, RPMs you can get about 1,200
or more.
more. Yeah. I went to RPM 2 years ago. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago, and on a Friday it was good. I liked it. I would love to. I was just absorbing all the information.
Andy and I went to one in Altoona, PA. That one's a good show. It had a pretty good turnout to it too.
Yeah.
It wasn't crowded. I mean, it wasn't elbow to elbow, but they had a good crowd there.
Yeah, he left me and the Bob there at RPM in St. Louis.
Who did?
Andy, he was supposed to show up 2 years ago. I texted him and he said, "I'm not gonna make it." I'm like, okay. I ended up buying all kinds of stuff.
And you blaming it on Andy.
No,
That's okay.
I'm gonna have that one thing done in about maybe 1 or 2 days now.
Well, I had to laugh. I had to
Combine.
laugh. Yeah. I had to laugh at Andy because when we went to that one, because he put everything on his card, because we rented an Airbnb house, and I was going to give him my part when I got there. And we're at the show, and he goes, "I tell you what, just keep my wife from jumping all over me." He said, "Instead of you just paying me," he said, "how about buying this stuff here?" So yeah, I just bought a bunch of stuff that equaled what I owed him. And when he got home, he goes, "Oh, Johnny owed me money, so he bought it."
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah,
one of my buddies, he puts on a show called the Blue Water Show over in Port Huron, Michigan, and he had some time and was able to walk around with me, and we both modeled the same railroad and the same gauge and then both end scalers. And I was like, "Man, get away from me! I'm trying to buy stuff." And he's like, "Oh, I want that." He's like grabbing it out of my hands and like looking at it. He's like, "Oh, I'll give you $4 for it or whatever." Like we're like competing over buildings and rolling stock. And I said, "I love you, man, but get away from me." Quit buying my stuff.
Where'd you say that RPM show was, Jason?
Collinsville,
Collinsville, what state?
Illinois.
Yeah, Ron's saying that St. Louis has got an RPM show in August.
That's the same one he's talking about.
Is that going to be a RPM show? 'Cause I heard tell they don't go that far west. They stay on the East Coast pretty much.
It's Collinsville, Illinois.
Hmm?
That's the St. Louis show.
Yeah, the Gateway Show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's July 30th and 31st. I think it is this year. I haven't looked the exact date yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to go. Never know.
Oh, I'll have to get it together.
Yeah.
To see if I don't get if I go up there, just get an Airbnb house like I always do. A whole lot cheaper than a hotel room.
It's so much nicer.
Well, the thing is, it's only like 2 hours for me. So usually I just drive back.
Well, with gas prices like they are, you might not want to.
I know. Probably have to spend the night and then go home.
I hadn't bought gas in 2 weeks, so I filled up just before that pipeline shut down.
Yeah.
I got gas tonight, but it's over at Sam's Club. They had it for $2.59, where everybody else is around $2.90 to $3.
Yeah.
Still cost me about $65. Got trucks, got a big gas tank.
Still cheaper than it is in Canada.
I tried to not to let it get a half a tank, more than a half a tank down.
I'm trying to do the approximate price conversions of what we would be paying if it were in U.S. gallons.
Yeah.
We're roughly about $4.50 a gallon.
And Ralph, what's your price per liter out there?
$1.30.
Yeah, we're basically just shy of $1.50, so we're more than that. Welcome to the island.
Yeah. I've when you said that, I just thought, like, how much would it cost to fill up like a Ford F-150 in Canada? I'm like, $120, $130.
You're probably not that far off. It costs. It cost me, like, I have a Hyundai Elantra with a 40-liter tank. Now keep in mind, this is Canadian dollars, not U.S. dollars. So
yes.
you have to like 80%.
A little conversion, but it's close. Yeah.
But it cost me just shy of $60 Canadian to fill up a 4-liter tank or a 40-liter tank.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, it's whatever the standard tank size for a Hyundai Elantra is. Because my Elantra was made in Alabama, so.
Yeah, so that's probably right around, I would say, 16 gallons or 18 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 gallons full, like to the nozzle, but.
Here, let me just do quick.
We all are lucky. I'm driving a Nissan Titan.
Oh.
I'm running a 38-gallon fuel tank with 36 usable gallons because it's got baffles. The thing about it is I can't do anything in that truck against the law because it's too easy to catch me. I'm the only Nissan Titan around here that has a full 8-foot bed on it.
Oh.
Nissan in 2008 decided they'd put a 8-foot bed on their truck. They normally run 5.5 or something like that. Little short beds. For 1 year, because then they found out the truck won't fit in their garages at the dealership. They stick out the door. They're too long.
At least according to my math, my little car has about just over 10 gallons US for the tank. Mind you, it can go quite a ways on that. But.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 5.6 liter engine in it.
Yeah. I used to have a Jeep Wrangler, and that was $800 a month in gas to get to work.
Mm-hmm.
I drove 80 miles one way, and since I've got a new job since all this COVID and a new car, and I put maybe 100 miles on it in the last year. I haven't driven by gas like once every 4 weeks.
Speaking of high prices and more affecting directly the hobby, is how's your bench work doing for prices on wood?
Oh. I saw a good thing on Facebook the other day. The guy is showing a piece of plywood. He said full 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch ply, and I think he called it 7 ply, finished both sides, will even trade for a Corvette. No negotiation.
probably not far off from wrong. There's a plywood store not too far from my house, and because I've got my bench work up, but I still need to put a surface on it, and I'm sort of probably looking at 1/2-inch plywood, and they've got some Russian birch there, which is about 67 Canadian per sheet, and that's on the lower end. I mean. And the thing is, I mean, I am literally surrounded by enormous trees here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like to the point where there have been people poaching trees here, like going into civic reserves or things like that, and cutting down these enormous trees and selling it on the black market. I mean, how do you move a tree to the to the black market? But apparently they do.
Well, they're tree people, but Robert put in the comment, oddly enough, wood prices and gold prices match right now.
Yeah. So no, as I said, we've got some really big trees here. So that's the one thing that I'm not getting. I still haven't gotten used to moving here from Calgary, because all the trees around here are 4 times the height of what I grew up with.
I got a 1/2 sheet of plywood last week for about not a half sheet. It was 1/2 inch, 1/4 sheet of plywood for $6, which I didn't think was too bad.
That's not bad.
So they're not
old stock.
they're not. What's that?
Old stock.
Yeah, yeah. It was still good. That's like I say, if they have to replace it, who knows what it's going to be, but.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not sure if it's a supply chain issue or necessarily what's driving that kind of price up, because I mean, there's lots of wood around. It's not, it's not like the supply is still certain is there, but so
there's no shortage.
It's the supply chain. It's the people getting it from here to there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all COVID because they do the wood just like they do futures.
Yep.
So hang on there. Sorry.
Yep.
Now I am looking at my clock after kind of throwing those grenades into the conversation, but I have a previous engagement with spending time with my 15-year-old daughter tonight. We have a Thursday night arrangement, and I have to get my son to bed too. So I'm going to sign off, but I wanted to say thanks to Ralph for inviting me in to make the announcement, and of course to Ron Marsh and chat for the opportunity to do the weathering contest. So anyway, if you got an idea, you want to do something, by all means, join on in.
Yep.
So, all right, JC, good seeing you. We'll catch you later.
Will do. Have a good night.
Go straight home, eh?
See you later.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun to do that weathering contest.
Yeah. Just typing something here.
No auctions, Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the problem too, Randall.
It's hard to go back to a job at $8 or $9 an hour when you can work at McDonald's for 15.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
with that being said,
I'll tell you what, Robert, I'll let you do it, but I get 30%.
a Johnny's finder's fee.
Yeah. You better go ahead and do it now because your fee was going to be higher.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice when COVID first broke out, man. I was downstairs and working on the layout, and I was making progress, and then things kind of like normalized, and I had to work for a living again.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't have to go in the office, though.
No, that's true. That's been nice. And they still don't know what's going to happen yet. Everything's up in the air. Things are moving pretty fast in Michigan again, which is good. But they said maybe 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week, and only 50% staff at a time. And they're still trying to figure out like how many people can be in the bathroom and how many people can be in a break room, and like mask, no mask. Like, can you have a meeting? Like, I'm glad I'm not making decisions. I just follow rules. Just make sure, they're clear. Yeah. That's actually a good point about that lumber because, we're thinking about doing remodel in the basement and making it more family friendly and less dungeony. And we might just hold off until lumber prices come down before we do anything. And that's including building the new railroad, just because I don't want to pay 3 times more than I have to for this.
Check in the Gator board.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy and I went at one of the shows. Guy come in, he did a demo on that stuff. I tell you what, that Gator board's rock solid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard to work with at all.
You can cut it with a tile knife.
I've never seen it here, and maybe I got to do more looking and see what the supply is. I'd like to use it. I'd like if I could see it.
Yeah, you're going to be a little hard pressed in a lot of areas finding distributors, but you'll have to just order it and truck it. Yeah.
Check out Uline products.
Okay, I know Uline. My build a lot PPE from them, gloves and stuff.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Type in the search field Gator board, and it comes up, and you can buy it in different thicknesses.
Yeah, 4x8 sheets.
Oh. And it's a plastic product, right?
Nope.
Or is it paper backed?
It's masonite skin on either side of expanded foam.
Ah.
And like thin masonite, less, probably maybe a 1/16 of an inch or
like
less.
veneer.
Yeah, but it is solid stuff. Let me get a piece. I'll show you. It's almost like foam core board.
Yeah.
But instead of paper, it's got the hardboard on either side. And in a 4x8 sheet, we did this test, a full 4x8 sheet. I cut it down the middle, so it's now a 2x8. Put a full coffee cup at one end and held it at the other end, and there was no deflection whatsoever. It stayed perfectly level. So there you can see it's got the foam, and it's it's hard stuff.
Huh? Maybe that'll be the new benchmark.
Yeah, another thing Go ahead.
I was saying, and you just cut it with regular tools, right? You can just cut it with a regular.
Yeah, razor knife.
With a razor knife.
Yeah.
Get a nice straight edge, and you you can cut it with this because you're only going through. I mean, you don't have to go right through the first time. You make your first cut, second cut will go through.
Okay.
And then the same for the opposite side. It'll like just keep going on the one side, and you'll eventually go right through.
But also you can, I've saw here lately, people are getting the acoustical tile that you use in ceilings, putting that down as a sound absorber.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to turn it upside down. So I mean, it's the rough side, but you paint it. And by the time you put your ground goop and all that good stuff on there, you never know it anyway.
That's all you need is the cheapest, strongest space filler you can find. You know, it doesn't have to be lumber. It doesn't have to be plywood. It doesn't have to be, you know, pink foam or blue foam or green foam or whatever foam color.
Well, that's why I said you want to put walls up to partition off your area from your train room from the family room.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Steel studs and drywall. You don't have to concentrate on having wood studs.
No, you're very right, and in fact, it might not be appropriate to have the wood studs down here.
All right, but the thing about it is, if you're gonna have Wi-Fi, you're gonna have to hardwire it in.
Yeah, that's. I figured I'd probably put all modern electricity down here. So basically, plugs with USB plugs in them, and I'll run Cat5 cable through the whole basement.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna build a small home office down here too.
Yeah, because using metal studs kills your Wi-Fi. I know a guy that his whole house, he had it built with metal studs and all. Yeah, he even had a problem with his TV. He couldn't use any satellite type TV at all. He had to get the cable company to come out and rewire the whole house. You have to put cable in every room to be able to have TV. He said when the computers come along, forget it. You had to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. As long as you have Wi-Fi in the train room, it doesn't matter about the family room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Right. And the funny thing is, like, the house, I work in the basement. It works upstairs. It works primarily through the house, but I have a bedroom that sits on top of my garage, and that's a dead zone. It just, my wife's computer doesn't have a problem with it, but my computer is pretty old, and it just drops like crazy.
That's the reason why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just too damn old.
It's too old.
We'll just keep harping at you. One of these days, you'll probably get tired of hearing the harp, and you'll go get one.
I went and looked yesterday. So,
quit looking at Best Buy. You're not buying crap there.
Yeah.
You know, seriously, go to newegg.com. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I don't know if Dell still does it or not, but when I got my first laptop, I was looking at different ones, and Dell actually, you go to their website, you could build your own laptop. You told them what all you wanted, they built it. You know, then when they got the money, they sent it to you. Baloo, how you doing, Andrew? Wicked Insanity. I just saw him pop in too. All my desktops, I just buy all the parts. That way I come out a lot cheaper and have a lot better machine than buying a pre-built. That way I can put what I want in it. Because my only two criteria is to CPU's got to be 3 megahertz or better. And I usually go with just above the mid range on the memory. And I've been doing 16 gigs of memory, but now Windows has gotten even larger. So, you're better off going with 24 gigs. Windows hadn't completely ate up to 16 gigs yet, but I can still run my video editing software, which takes up a lot right there. That's what killed a couple of people. It used to come in like Mahler Man Mike and all. They were pitching a fit because here I was in the video call back in the day when we were using Google and all that. I'm on the video call with them. I've got my Pinnacle up and running, doing a video at the same time. And I had one or two other things. And Mike finally, he couldn't stand it anymore. He asked me what all I had in the machine. I told him. Next thing I knew, next week, he come in and he goes, "Well, I just ordered my parts." He got one, except he water cooled his. I never water cool. I always just use air cool.
I don't trust water cool. I don't care how tight the fittings are. I don't trust it. Not where electricity's involved.
Yeah. And Robert's right. One of the other big shortages in America is microchips.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my brother, he just bought him a brand new. What was that? Oh, Denali. He said he ordered it over 3 months ago. They've just been waiting on the semiconductor chip so he could finish putting it together.
It's nuts. So we got to the point where we started needing to buy stuff. Like, we've been putting stuff off for years, and the wife's like, "We need this. We need this. We need this." And I'm like, "I agree with you. We need it." So I said, "Let's get it." So we need a dishwasher. So we got the dishwasher. Didn't sell a power cord with it. They didn't have any. So I had to order the install kit, the power cord, everything separate. And there wasn't one within 100 miles of me. So I, literally called like a appliance warehouse part supplier to get it. And then I bought a lawnmower because my lawnmower died on Saturday. Spitting gas out the side, and then it started on the last pull, and the string broke. And I said, "You know what? Enough's enough. It's 25 years old. It's time for a new lawnmower." And literally, I'm at Home Depot.
It's just broken in.
It wobbles. It wobbles real bad.
Yeah, but like they say, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah. So, literally, as I'm at Home Depot, the mower that I want is like this collapsible foldable Toro. They're pulling the display off and giving to the lady in front of me. I said, "Do you have any more of those in a box?" And she says, "Nope." And I was like, crap. So I went to a professional lawn care service guy, and they said they can order them for me. So I paid cash right there, and I'm waiting for a phone call now because nobody has stuff in stock. Anything.
Your grass is going to be 3 feet tall before you get it.
Yeah. As far as that power cord that you needed.
Yeah.
What you should have done is gone to an electrical supply house, and you could have made one up. No problem.
It's got a specialty connector on the back side of it.
They've got it.
Yeah, the three, like a heavy duty 3-pronger in there.
Yeah. You go to an electrical supply house, and I get it. I did the same thing with the clothes dryer cord, total electric.
Yeah.
And the dryer I had that I replaced, it turned out that electrical cord was just for a 2-wire system house, and we're a 3-wire house. We got the 2 grounds and all, so I had to go back, and they didn't have none. I said, okay, so I just went over to the electrical supply house and told him what I needed, what I was doing, and he said, fine. Sold me a 6-foot piece of 10-gauge cable with 4 wires, gave me the 2 plugs. I come back, took my plug apart to see how they had it wired, which of the 2 prongs out of the 4 were the 2 hots. Wired them up like that and plugged it in. I was good to go. Come out a whole lot cheaper.
That's funny. Looking at Sandy, he said he's got a John Deere mower that burns oil like crazy. He says, but she inherited it from her dad, and he rolled it multiple times.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I had John Deere. I'll never buy another one. Because we've got 4 hills here in my son's yard. They're not big hills at all. I normally cut them parallel. Got on it with that John Deere riding lawnmower I had. I could not stay in the seat. It's so slick.
Yeah, you slide out of it.
I could not stay in. I wound up having to dive off the thing. So I took it back and they said, what's wrong? I said, I couldn't sit in the seat. It's too damn slick. Kept sliding out. They really didn't want to give me back my money. I kept on at them, and they finally gave it back to me. They got up there and they go, well, we got these other lawn. No, I'm going to just to take them off. I told them I'm going to Walmart and get a Murray. I should have done that to start with.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I used to have a buddy that has vintage lawnmowers. So International Harvester made it was in the 1930s. They made a residential grade lawnmower that pulled like a mini bulldozer. And they're hard to kill, and parts were still kind of easy to get. And he saw one for sale by one of our job sites, and he's like, how much for it? And he's like, $200. And he's like, we don't even know what you have. So he put it right there in the back of his truck and took it away. I think it was freaking sweet. They even sell like a mini plow that comes out on the front of it so you can plow your driveway with it.
Yeah, Cub Cadet down here where I'm at is not a very good product to have.
No, it's not up here either.
I bought a 0-turn Toro residential. Funny, Robert. And besides, you spell Johnny Johnnny. There's no I's.
Ginny. Anyway, boys, I have to say good night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost that time, but I have to go look after my pets.
Well, Ari's.
Catch you guys later.
All right, Ralph. Yeah, Ari's letting it run over.
Sorry, we're going a little long tonight.
Yeah, Bill don't pay overtime.
All right, so you want to?
All right. Yep. Well, we'll catch y'all in September sometime because I'm gone.
Nope.
See y'all. All right, Ari, kill it.